So if they want to join, let them join. Okay. So we're going to complete 3 important topic. In that, the first important topic is the Sol gel process. Okay. So how to manufacture the nanoparticles or nanopowders by using the Sol gel process. Okay. So this is one of the chemical synthesis technique that has been used to manufacture out the nanoparticles. Getting? So it's very important for the examination point of view. It's very important. You guys have tried on the need diagram. Okay. So they're going to ask for the 10 marks with the help of the need diagram. Explain the process of a Sol gel process. So these one of the methods that has been widely used to manufacture or to synthesize of nanomaterials. Okay. So basically these are the different steps that has been involved over here. See, let us see what are the main important steps over there. So Sol gel method of synthesizing the nanomaterials is very popular among us the chemists, and it's widely employed to prepare the oxide materials. Okay. So as I've been telling, this Sol gel process is one of the chemical synthesis method that has been employed to synthesize the nanomaterials in the laboratory. So it consists of the following important steps over here. So the first one is the preparing the precursor. The second one is the preparing the Sol. Sol is nothing but a colloidal solution. Okay, the precursor has been mixed with the solution that is called as the Sol. So once it has been dehydrated, if you want to remove the water content from that, okay, dehydration reaction once it has been finished, so you guys going to get the only gel over there. Okay, if you want to be dried over there, you guys going to get the aerogel. Okay, so that is one of the material of the nano over here. So let us see the step-by-step process. Okay, this is the first step, the second step, and the third step. So the first step is the Sol formation. Okay, as I've been telling, the Sol formation is the first important step over here. So in the Sol formation, the hydrolysis of metal organic reactants in an organic solvent, so that is mixed with the water or inorganic salts in water results in the formation of a Sol. So in this case, I have been telling the precursor. Okay, it's going to mix with the solvent which is present in this particular drum over here. Okay, so once the precursor has been mixed with the solvent, you're going to get the Sol process over here. So that is the step number 1. Okay, so that's the reaction that has been shown over here. So the precursor has been mixed with the water or solvent which is present in the drum. So we're going to get the reaction over here. So the second important step is the formation of the gel. How the gel has been formed over here. Okay. So once the dehydration reaction takes place, in other words, once the water content has been removed from that Sol, then we're going to get the gel. Okay. So that is what has been explained over here. Okay. So dehydration or condensation, both will be the same thing over here. The condensation followed by the polycondensation of Sol results in the formation of the gel process. That's the second important step. The water content has been segregated out and it's been removed. We're going to get the gel over there. So once the gel has been done, the next one is the drying process. Okay, so that is the third important step. Okay, so drying, it is nothing but a removal of the pore liquid. Okay, so what are the liquid content, what are the things have been present over there. Okay, we're going to remove it clearly through the evaporation process over there. Okay, so after that we're going to get the aerogel. So under the hypercritical conditions, upon drying, the network does not collapse and the aerogels have been formed over here. Okay, so that's the next reactant that has been formed through the gel process. Okay, so after this, okay, so we're going to have the 3 different things over there. Okay, so we're going to take out the Sol itself over here. Okay, so if you're going to undergo the spinning as well as the dipping. Okay, so if you're going to undergo the slipping as well as the dipping, you're going to get the thin film coating over here. So that is the next step. So the fifth important step over is the calcine. This is something called the calcine. Okay, calcine is also a calcine. It's also the calcine. Okay, calcine or calcination both will be of the same thing. The final step. So in order to get the raw materials of the nanoparticles. Okay, so here we're going to get in terms of the coating. Okay, once the calcination has been done for the spinning process, we're going to get the thin film coating. So if you're going to do the calcination for the Sol itself, you're going to get the powder particles. So if you're going to do the surfactant organic process over here, after calcination, we're going to get the dense ceramic. Okay, the 3 different final products have been obtained in this Sol gel process in terms of powder, in terms of the coating, in terms of the dense ceramic. the three different things have been formed over here. So calcination is nothing but the once it has been heated out, okay? Once the aerogel has been heated out up to the 800 degrees Celsius, okay? So the pores of a gel network are collapsed and remaining organic species have been volatilized. So the final particles which is present over there is the final, in the final state is called a powder or as the dense ceramic or as the film coating, okay? So in these cases, we're going to heat out the particles up to the 800 degrees Celsius to get the fine output from the given process. So this is the fine particles which are going to get after the sol gel process in terms of the dense ceramic, in terms of the powder, in terms of the thin film coating. Okay. So this is the final process of getting the nanomaterials in the sol gel process. So it is one of the chemical synthesis methods that has been used to synthesize of the nanomaterials. So synthesize means you guys are going to do the reaction, you guys are going to do the mixing in the laboratory, okay? So once you're going to do yourself in the laboratory, then it is called as the synthesis. You have the different chemicals over here to get the final output. So in the material science, okay, in the material science, the sol gel process is a method for producing the solid materials from the small molecules, okay? Is the process of getting the solid materials from the small molecules, okay? As we've been told in the last class itself, the sol gel is a wet chemical synthesis method where the small molecules have been joined together to get the bigger ones. So these methods have been used for the fabrication of metal oxides, especially the oxides of silicon and the titanium, okay? So this has been done through the process called as the sol gel process. So this is the important topic, the sol gel process. It's very important for the examination point of view. Write down the neat diagram and explain the steps involved in the preparing the nanoparticles by using the different steps over here. So apart from this topic, we have to discuss another two important topics. So I think in the last class it's been told the basic elements of the automated system, the power process, the program of instructions, the control system, and the last one is the process. So these are the basic elements for the automated system. So the first one is the power, program, and the control system, as have been discussed in the last class, in the previous classes itself. These are the three important components of the automated system. So the first one is the power has been required. The electric power has been widely available at the moderate cost, as we know. Okay, so it is readily converted to alternate energy forms. Okay, so we can able to convert this electrical energy into n number of different energies. It may be the mechanical energy in terms of running the machines. It may be the thermal energy. It may be the light energy. It may be the hydraulic energy. It may be the pneumatic energy. Okay, so we're going to get the electric power so that which can be converted into any of the process over here. So the power has been main requirements in the automated system. Without power, we can't able to do any sort of system, because if it's entire automated means for all the things the power has been needed over there. The second important step is the program of instructions. Okay, the program of instructions is nothing but a set of instructions which should be given to the system. Okay, so where it's going to give the input to the machines to manufacture what size of the particle and what is the dimensions. Everything will be given in terms of the instructions to the computer through the program is called the program of instructions. The third important one is the control system. So where it's going to controls, where it's going to open or where it's going to close the things inside the system is called as the control system. Okay, it may be the CNC system, it may be a discrete control system, it may be anything. Okay, so once the program of instruction has been entered into the system, the next process will be the control system, which is going to operate the things over there. This is the control system. These are the basic important components of the control system. So the last important topic we're going to discuss it today is the control requirements of a control system. So 1 minute. Discrete. Okay, this one. Okay. So the difference between the continuous and the discrete control system. So the continuous control system as well as the discrete control system. So we're going to have the two important differences over here. So in case of the main important factor for this continuous control, the discrete control systems over here is, so the product output measures. How you going to measure out the products once it has been finished in the industries, okay? So in case of the continuous control system, we're going to count, we're going to weight it, okay? What is the weight of the output over there? What is the our weight of the liquid volumes? What is the solid volumes, like that? So that was the output in case of the continuous control system, in order to measure the product output measures in the industries. Where in case of the discrete control, we're going to count the number of parts on the product. We will not, say 1 minute. Hello, class. 1 ನಿಮಿಷ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ, ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊತೀನಿ. So in case of the discrete control system, we are not measuring with respect to the weight of the components. Okay, just we're going to measure it out with the help of the number of parts and the products. How many numbers? What is the 100 number, 200 number, 500 numbers? Okay, in terms of numbers, we're going to measure it in case of the discrete control system. So next, the quality measures. Okay, how the quality has been measured with these two different processes over here. So in case of the continuous control process, so we're going to have the concept of the consistency, the solution concentration, absence of contaminants, and the specification conformance. So like how we're going to measure out the quality parameters in the continuous control system. So whereas in case of the measurement of the quality in the discrete control, we're going to measure it with the help of the dimension. So whether it's the accurate dimensions, whether it's getting the clear surface finish or appearance, whether the absence of defects, or this is the product reliability. Okay, so this is how we're going to employ to measure out the quality in the discrete control as well as in the continuous control system. Next, variables and parameters. So what are the main important variables in the control system, continuous control system and the discrete control system? So the main variables in case of the continuous control system is temperature. Okay, temperature is one of the important parameter of the continuous control system, the volume flow rate and the pressure. So whereas in case of the discrete control system, the main important variables and the parameters are the position, at what position it has been placed. So what is the velocity, what is the acceleration, what is the force over there. So these are the parameters or variables in the discrete control system. So next, the sensors which we're going to use in case of the continuous control system and the discrete control system. In case of the continuous control system, so we're going to use the flow meters, the thermocouples and the pressure sensors to sense out the things over there. Okay, so whereas in case of the discrete control system, we're going to use the limit switches. So we're going to use the strain gauges, like we're going to use the small sensors over here. So these are the things, sensors which have been employed in the two different continuous as well as the discrete control industries. Next, the actuators are basically the valves, heaters and the pumps in case of the continuous control system, whereas in case of the discrete control system, it is in terms of the switches, motors and the pistons. So the last and foremost difference between the continuous and the discrete control system is, so the process time constraints. Okay, so whether it in terms of hours or whether in terms of seconds, whether in terms of minutes. Okay, so the process time constraints in case of the continuous control system, it will be of seconds, minutes as well as the hours. In all the three things we can able to do the things over here. So whereas in case of the discrete control system, we're going to have the only in terms of seconds we have to measure it. Okay, so these are the important topic, the discontinuous versus the discrete control system over here. So these are the three important topics as I've been planned for you guys to give the explanation for these three important things. So for the examination point of view, these three important topics are very, very important. Okay, so they're going to ask it for the 10 marks with a neat sketch. You guys have to write down the things and you guys can able to write down the explanation in your own words. So this is about the continuous and the discrete control system, and the second one it is the automated system, the components or elements of the automated system, and the third important topic is the synthesis of the nanomaterials with the help of the Sol-Gel process. Okay, so these are the three important topics. So for the examination point of view, you guys have to study well these concepts over here. So any doubt with these topics? So any doubt in these three topics? Any doubts in these three topics? Kindly answer it. Any doubt? Kindly reply. Pawan Kumar. Pawan Kumar.
Sir.
Pawan Kumar.
Sir.
Any doubt?
No, sir.
So, okay, fine. We're going to wind it up. These topics in the next class. We're going to take another few important topic and we're going to complete it. Yeah, you guys can able to leave now.